Hello. Welcome back, Sleep Credit Card Dad Bears. I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. It's time for another video today. I'm gonna show you all of the lights of my LED strip lights, okay? All of the different colors. I'm gonna go through every single color, and you will be able to see all of the beauties of each color. I might even explain and drop in some explanations in every color. Okay? And it's going to be fun. So, I hope you're gonna go pay your sleep credit card soon. You're gonna get some tingly ASMR sensations with that. So, here we go. So first, let's go over the very first color. In fact, it's already selected. That's the current option. And it's already set to blue, so that's the first color. And I chose this color because blue is my favorite color. Okay, it's my favorite color. And you could see that it's very bright. It's as blue as an ocean. So what can you think that's blue? Ooh, yeah. Blue's Clues maybe, or yeah, a blue toque. I have a blue sweater that I wore back then, but now it's too small for me, so I don't know where it is now. Okay. And blue is also the color of my mattress. Not mattress, but my bed sheets. Okay. So blue has been my favorite color for the past year. No, not year, but yeah, since I was young, blue. So let's go on to the next one. Okay. This is the next color. It's just right under blue. Ready? It's another shade of blue. Ready? You might not see a bit of a difference, but there is a tint of violet. Let's call that indigo. And if you would compare the blue that I previously explained and this one, it is very, very, very subtle, the difference, so you can't really notice because of the video, how it's rendered, so it doesn't really capture any difference. So let's go into this one, the third one. Let's go back down. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go cycle all these colors. This one, and then this one, and then back to this one. So, okay. Let's go with this. Select that one. Again, small difference. It's a bit more violet, but I could compare this color to something. What do you think this could compare to? Maybe a set of grapes. Grapes, yes. Perfect color for grapes. You could imagine eating some grapes with this beautiful light. So let's go to the fourth one. This one is a bit brighter, okay? Now you could see much of a difference. There's more difference. It's more different, okay? More different. I don't like the wording that I just said, but it is more purple. Now, what do you think you could compare this to that purple? What do you think? So, one thing I can think on mind is the color of an eggplant. It is like that color, very similar. Not exactly, but similar. So eggplants are purple. And fun fact, countries, no flag has purple. There's no purple in any of the flags of the countries around the world. I cannot think of anything, any flag that has purple in it. Okay. So, let's go on to the next color. Maybe this one, I think. This one. No, it's already selected. How about this one? Okay, so that's a lot more different. This is like dark pink or fuchsia. Fuchsia. Fuchsia, 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 fuchsia. Sometimes I set it to this color for love. That's the color of Valentine's Day, which is coming up after Christmas, comes up in February. And I'm thinking of any color that matches pink. Hearts that are pink, yes. Pink candy, Pink Floyd, names of singers or actors or anything. And pink is not really necessarily my favorite color. Okay. I could also think the color of hair of some people. Some people have pink hair, like Vi from League of Legends. Ooh. Or, yeah, cotton candy. You know that candy that kind of dissolves really quickly when you eat. That kind of color. Okay. So that's it for this color. Let's go with the next color. This one. Let's go with this one. That one. No. Yeah, let's go with that one. This is another shade of pink. It's more tinted. And it's closer to white. Okay. So, I can't really explain this because it's very similar to the previous color, which is the pink. Well, let's go with the next one. Off to the next one. This one, yeah. Ready? Again, subtle difference. It's more lighter, more resembling the color of cotton candy. So, okay. So, I can't really explain that much again for that color, but like I said, one thing it can compare to is cotton candy. That's it. And the color of the girls like. Okay. So yeah. So for the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna give you one short tingle ASMR break. Okay, so that's not exactly 30 seconds, but I hope you get to enjoy that little dose of tingles. So off to the next one. We're gonna go traverse down this column. Let's go with this one. The first blue like that, light blue. And there it is. Ooh. Alright. So that is light blue. What could you compare this to? What has a color of light blue? What do you think? I think of one thing. The sky. I thought I'd give you a hint like 5 or 10 seconds before, but this is like the color of sky in midday. Like the sky, very beautiful sky. Like some people also call this color baby blue. That's what I used to call back when I was in preschool, where we had an assignment where we had to name all the colors, even the light or dark versions. Okay. And okay. I said okay a million times, but that's all about this blue. Let's go with this one, the one right under the last one. Ready? Okay. It's very similar to light blue, but a little darker. Maybe let's just call this darker light blue. Not exactly dark blue, but darker light blue. Okay. So, just imagine the color of ice. Some people use this color as the color of ice or winter. That's all I can kind of explain. So let's go with the next column. Let's switch columns. Let's go to the other side of the remote. And let's set to this color. The red circle, the red button, that's labeled R. Ooh, that is quite different. As you can see, it is not as bright because red is red. So, red kinda symbolized a color of apples. Apples are red, also cherries are red. And can you think of a color that resembles red? It's right in front of you. It's the color of my sweater that I'm wearing right now. It's the color of that. And also this is the perfect time as recording this, but the color of red is also what Santa wears. Red and another color. So, also red is one of the colors that I use when I make videos on the horror side of things. So, in my future or past ASMR videos, I tend to put this color for the videos that have a scary-ish vibe to it. And here's a by the way thing. There is no jump scares at all. No jump scares whatsoever. My channel is designed to make you pay off your sleep credit card, so 0 jump scares. Okay. I promise 0 jump scares with this color. I mean, with any scary face, but this color will be used in, or has been used in, scary videos, horror-themed videos. If I do make an ASMR, I'll use this. So off to the next one. Okay, orange. So, orange, orange, orange. Yes, that's beautiful color. That's one of my favorite colors back when I was a kid. And my favorite color is that because I will tell you in a second, but what can you compare? What object in real life could you compare that has the color of orange? Orange. What do you think? What color could you compare? Okay, the answer is right in the word. Yes, tangerines and clementines are the color of orange. Clementines and tangerines. Yes, did you expect that answer? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because tangerines are so delicious. And that makes it the reason why I love orange. It's because orange is my favorite drink. Orange juice and orange slushies. Anything, popsicles that are orange in color. Alright, off to the next color. This one is another orange, but a bit lighter. So what could you think of a color that resembles that? Ooh, sunsets. They're beautiful. They're very beautiful. They also kind of give you the vibe of Fanta. Fanta, the carbonated soda. The soda. Also Orange Crush. Trying to mimic the fizzing of those drinks. Orange Fanta. Orange Fanta. Oh yeah, fun fact. There used to be a channel that I find really funny, and it's called The Annoying Orange, where basically an orange swears an apple, and at the end of the day, the apple gets chopped down by a giant knife. That was so funny. I really laughed hysterically back when I was 13. So yeah. Alright, let's move on. Let's go with this color. Okay. This one. This one is like yellow. In fact, this is the only yellow. Because this one actually doesn't really feel like yellow. Doesn't really look like yellow. I'll get to that in a second. This button doesn't feel like yellow, even though the button is actually yellow in color. But this one is the true yellow. So, thinking of what could you compare that to? This is very easy as well. I'm gonna come back in 2 seconds. Hold on. That was a surprise sound because a book fell. Oh yeah. This emoji. That's what I can compare it to. Normally, you could compare this to lemon, but life gives you lemon, so I'm not gonna give that as an example. I'm gonna give that emoji as the example of yellow. So yeah, let's get that emoji out. My throat is a little dry, so I gotta clear it up. Let's go to the next button. It's the last one here. Okay, That's what it looks. And that's why I don't really consider this as yellow, because this has a slight tint of green. So, personally I would call this a lime yellow, because it has a tint of green. And I don't really think I could compare this to anything, but what could you think in the comments? Let me know in the comments down below what thing you could really compare this to. The one that has the color of that, yellow with a tint of green. I can't really have anything to explain about this color, so let's go to this one. So we are done with this column here of the colors. Let's go on to this one, G. And right away we have moved on to green. Green, 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 green. If you see green, you're most likely in good luck, because green has the color. Green is the color of a four-leaf clover, which symbolizes luck. Good luck. It's also a color of the green light. Green means go. Green means good. It's also one of my other favorite colors. It's not exactly my favorite, but it is amongst my top favorite colors. Let's move on to the next one. This one, I call it turquoise. It's like green with a tint of cyan. If cyan and green were mixed together, you'd get that color, turquoise. And I already have a sweater that has a color of that. So, this is kind of similar to this one. You could kind of compare this and that, only this is more blue, the color of this can. Alright, on to the next color. We're moving quickly this time. Yeah, this one really matches this. Take that back. This is the perfect match. Look at that. You see, if I hold this can up against the light in the background, you could see that it is a 100% match, or at least a 99.87567211379. Yep, very close. So, once again, let's go with another 20-second break. Here we go. Alright, the break is over. Now let's go scroll down a bit on the color column. Let's go with this one, where my finger is. This one is very strikingly similar to these buttons here. And I can't really explain much, since it's already so similar to the sky blue one. So I could only compare this to the other variant of cotton candy. So let's go on to this one here. Again, also very similar. There is a specific slush that I love to drink at Couche-Tard. Couche-Tard is one of the names of the convenience stores in Canada. So it's a Quebec store, and they sell these slushes, and one of them has the color of that. That's kind of another thing I can compare in terms of color. So after this one, we're back to this, which is blue, and that means I have covered almost all of these colors in this grid here. I started here, I walked through all of these from here all the way here. No, from here down here, then go here, and then go here to red down to yellow, the fake yellow with a tint of green, and then down to green here. But there's one color that I have not even covered yet. What do you think it is? The static color. There is a button that I didn't press yet. It's this one here, W. This is white, 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 white. White is like the universal color. It is a color with no different. Nothing too different of white. And what can I compare already? The color of snow. Snow is white. If you think of winter, you'll think of snow. White snow. Very beautiful color. You don't always have to underestimate the color of white, because also white can be split into many colors of the rainbow if you shine a white light through a triangular prism. And white is also the color of paper, and the color of most websites. Okay, so before we wrap it up, I'm going to show you a few special color configurations. Some of the other buttons. I'm going to show you some of the other buttons here. So let's start with the ones that have like a marking here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These buttons here set a timer. Like, I'm not sure if you can see, but this one is 1 hour, 1 each. So if I press this, it's going to start a timer that will count down from 1 hour. And after an hour, the light will switch off. And that's 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours. These buttons here with the music notes are special buttons because if you press, it's going to react to sound, and there are 4 different modes, different combinations that I could choose. So, next up are the brightness. You see the ones that look like pies and pizza. I like to call those pizzas because they're shaped like pieces of pizza where slices are taken out. So these buttons here in this column set your brightness, the brightness of your light. This full circle means 100%. This one means 75%. This one is 50%, and this one has 25%. So I'm going to show you what 75% is. This is 100%. This is 100% here. It's very bright, and you can see it can really distract. So moving up, that is 75%. Going a little bit dimmer, that is 50%. And going more dim, much more dim, that is 25%. So I'm going to keep this at 25% because I don't want it to make it too bright. So these buttons, I'm not going to use them at all because for this video I don't want the lights to just pop up like that. The quick and slow, these two buttons would speed up the light changes. So if I use a mode that changes the lights like in a pattern, these buttons will allow me to switch between fast or slow. So there is a special color mode that I love to use, and this is fade. And this is the color. So it starts from red, goes to yellow, goes to green, and then goes to turquoise, and goes all the way through the shades of blue down to purple and violets, all the way to pink like hearts, and then down to red like apples. And then the cycle goes again. And this will continue forever and ever and ever, like an infinite loop. The other mode here is the same thing. Again, this matches the colors and cycles through the colors of the rainbow with a very slight difference. So it would cycle all the colors of the rainbow as usual, but when you get to pink and red, it's going to go to white. You see? It goes to white and goes to pink, light pink and dark pink, and then red. And that's the difference between this button, this fade button and the other fade. So that is the whole LED remote in a nutshell. So, not a nutshell, I take that back, not in a nutshell, but that is me explaining all and going through all the lights of my LED set, my light strip. I hope you do enjoy this video. So if you got your ASMR tingles, please give this video a thumbs up. It'll be greatly appreciated. And hopefully this makes you tingle, go to sleep, ease off your sleep debt, and pays off your entire balance of your sleep credit card. That's my goal for this channel. So if you don't want to miss any of my videos, my future videos, please do subscribe or consider subscribing. Yes, it'll be greatly appreciated. And thank you guys for sticking around. And like always, I wish you a very great night sleep. And peace out.